Hello, everybody. So it looks like we are live. So this is very short notice that we decided to go live tonight. I wasn't going to go live until next week. I have a bit of a line down my face here. I wonder if I can get rid of that light there somehow. I don't know. So last week when we tried to go live, it was on YouTube and Facebook, and for some reason it only went on to Facebook. It didn't go live on YouTube at all, and everybody was waiting there, and I was getting tons of messages later on and it didn't work. Hi there. If you are going on, there's one from YouTube there, so that's definitely working on YouTube this time. If you are on Facebook, if you actually, there's something about clicking a link for StreamYard and it shows you your name. If it's if you don't click it, all I can see is somebody saying hi, but it doesn't actually say who you are. Okay, so we've got like Patriot Dino, hi on YouTube Live, and Scotty Girl on YouTube, so I can see them, but on Facebook it just says user, so I don't know. Petri, hiya. And Carol, hiya. And homeless people on Facebook, hi. So, like I say, I wasn't actually going to go, Laura. Hello. I wasn't actually going to go live until later on next week. And Ash and Marie, hi Marie. That was good. That what you said earlier on about doing the visitors. And Richard, hi, how are you doing? Yeah, you well? Yeah, the couldn't get it on your phone working. Oh, good. But at least it's working. It wouldn't work at all last week for whatever reason. Now I have just seen this little tick up here next to YouTube and then next to Facebook. And when I move my cursor over it, it highlighted it. Now I wonder if, like last week, that I touched it and switched it off. Maybe I don't know. Pardon me. Hello there, NTL Pro doing that. All right, good. Like I say, remember, if it's on Facebook, if you don't do something with the StreamYard, all I can see is user, so I don't know the name. All right, when you're saying hi. Okay. But I have got like some stuff that I do want to say. One of the things is about this form, which is the 1099 form. Okay. Now, apparently, I have the correct form when I was under the impression that I had the incorrect form. It's just the different way of actually filling it out. Okay, so that's exciting. I thought I was having to start from the very beginning again. Michael, hi. Brettenbeck, hello. Okay, so that's good news. I thought I was going to have to go right all the way back and start again, get all the new forms and everything like that. Hi, Vilma. But at least this is the correct form. So now I have to go and figure out with this other direction, this other course, how to actually complete the form, or at least get it started, because here's what I found out as well with this 1099. I was speaking to someone, I'll not say the name in case they don't want me to, I should have asked, but the apparently there's this special letter that this lady has that she got from someone else, that you can actually complete and fill this letter in and send it off with the 1099 form. All right, and you send it with the 1099. This isn't real, by the way. This is a training. It doesn't cut or anything. We use these to train with when we're doing the Filipino martial arts, just so you know. Well, here's the good thing then, Patriot Dino, about the 1099. We can actually get the information together. Now, you've seen me with all of the printouts when I do me calculator thing that prints it all out, so you get the correct figures and everything. Which this is the reason why, because I was working it all out, that I couldn't try and claim back all of dogs prancing around, all of my direct debit things that I was telling others to do. All right, I wasn't because I didn't want it back. It's because I'm trying to get it back through this. Now I can't get it back twice. That's not right. You can't do that. So with this one now, you can fill in the forms, get all the details of everything, get the figures and the facts and figures and make them correct, put them together, but then you do this proper letter and you send that off and you ask them to complete it for you to the best of their ability. And if you do the right wording, I'm going to get this letter from this lady, and if you do the right wording in the correct manner, then they, by law, legally have to complete it for you. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're down the pub. Well, I'm having a beer anyway. But yes, if the 1099 works, right now, apparently people are getting the money back. In the UK, this is what we've got to get our head around. So I know that people have said, that this is a US tax form. This is a United States tax form. Okay, it is. But the way it needs to be completed for a 1099 has to be completed in a different manner. You don't fill it in as a US tax form. You're not some people might be a US taxpayer. We have got a lot of people from America, United States residents or whatever there would be, that are on the channel and that are part of the group and that use, Jez, that use the A4Vs and everything and work and use the UCC and everything over in the United States. And I would 100% recommend that if you're going to do this 1099, then wherever you live in the world, then you do a UCC one. Now, we've actually figured out more information on the UCC one about the filing of it as well for more protection, which is what it's all about. We hear all of this terrible stuff that's happening all over the world. And what we want to do is to protect ourselves from the insanity of these psychopaths. All right, that just happen to be in charge of us. So get rid of that line somehow. I have to move one of the lights pointing. All right, so the good thing is, right now, there is still a lot of people that are getting their money back from the direct debits. That is from the council tax, from your electricity, gas, water, whatever one it is. And if that's the way you want to do it, without doing a 1099, without getting these American tax forms, right, and without having to send them off, then that's fine. Do it that way, all right. But if you want to do it with the 1099 way, then we can also help you get a hold of the forms, and I'll show you what I'm doing. There's another little thing. This is what we get for the kids. They practice. Again, it's not real or anything, it doesn't cut. But it's brilliant for hand and eye coordination for a martial arts. It's true art style. It might look violent, but it's purely tactical art, but also brilliant, for self-defense. If you can use one of them, then you can use a pen. You could use your mobile phone, or at least an old style mobile phone, not these great big chunky bloody disgusting smartphone things, but and you could use an umbrella or a rolled up magazine for the types of defense that we teach. Okay. So all right, so yeah, we're finding out more about filling out the what do you call it? So we just said it. I've just seen you write it up. The W8BEN. Yeah, I've actually filled one of them in and sent that off, and I didn't know that it could tie in with the 1099. So I've actually done it already. Now you should actually be filling in this W8 as well when you're doing the UCC1, right? Which again for extra protection and insurance against the people that think that they're in charge. let's say it that way. The people that think they're in charge, or they're not even in charge of themselves. So the what I've done, right, because of this, that I'm looking at it sort of like on a bigger picture. Now, if I haven't replied to an email, I'm gonna get help replying to the emails because I have got so many. It's ridiculously scary now. Plus with the debt thing as well, and I've had calls piled up. I actually, you know, I'm having to reschedule a couple of calls for things, you know, and obviously when you're doing interviews with other people as well, you know, it's mega busy, okay? And I'm trying to help as many people as possible. So if you have, so I'll say this now, if you're on the Facebook group, two things have happened with the Facebook group. First thing is bad, all right, whereas they're trying to say that we're putting stuff up about bad things, okay? Not bad, but like, you know, it's we're there about contract law. Obviously that's part of like being the UCC if we want to do a 1099, all right, and also going on to A4V, affidavits, council tax, that type of thing. This is what this is about, all right? We are fighting the system on that level, all right, a financial level. We want to hurt them in their wallet, in their pocket, and then protect our members as well from the tyranny of them taking all our money. That's what we're doing, all right? That's what we've got to be. So when we can't put like, we feel the same way as you feel, all right, about all this hideous stuff that they're doing. You know what I mean, don't you? All right, but if you put anything up about like these things, right, then they will close the group down. They will close the channel down. They will shut everything down. They do it, and they've done it to loads of different people. They do it for fun now. Now they've said that we've been putting up, and we haven't. We're really strict, you know, and they still have like said, "Oh, you've done this," and we haven't put any posts up about, you know, Victor or Charlie or, you know, anything else. So, you know, what's that? Yeah, right. The at my gym, Clive, we pay the rent and everything, but the bills and everything are all paid by the landlord. So I just literally pay him, you know. So I can't do anything with my actual business, my gym bills. But it's commerce anyway because I'm actually in business. Even though my business now is in a private trust, which I want to talk about trusts a little bit as well. All right, but yeah. So if you're doing that, that's what I do at the gym as well. It's just one of them things. Just it is what it is, isn't it? Right, Stephen? Okay, so yeah, I mean, you know, just again, if the reason why we don't allow anyone to put like posts up like that in the group is because, you know, they penalize us, and they're trying to penalize us when we're not even doing it. So that's why we're not being horrible or funny or rude to anyone. We're not like that. Anyone's like that. So that's why we won't put it up. But they're still trying to penalize us and still saying, and they're putting posts up saying this post says it, and you read it and it's like it's not about anything. So anyway, so just so you know, so if you are on the Facebook group and nothing else, I suggest strongly that you get onto my Telegram group, which is the same name as contract law, but also the Telegram channel. On the channel, it's different to a group. I'm just finding this all out myself, by the way. You know, I'm not like the kind of guy who runs around and, you know, like wants to spend his life on social media for sure. What do you need to set up a trust? Well, I tell you what, if you are on the email list, and you should all get on the email list as well, by the way, just in case any, you know, they do sort of like try and shut things down. At least I can still send messages to you, and then you can reply. you know, and I will be getting help to like answer emails. It's getting mad busy. Well, what we're doing is I'm actually creating more forms. Okay, not creating more forms. I'm updating the forms that we have with the an extra. It is an extra trust form that's going to accompany the security agreement. Security agreement is going to get revamped out of all recognition. Okay. Yeah, John. Hi, how are you doing? Changed the name on there. So to set up a trust, I've actually put an email. I've just put Darren's email on the Facebook group and also on the emails I've just sent out. And when I finish this, and then because you can't put this, at least I don't know if you can put descriptions on until you're finished on the YouTube. And then what I'll do is I'll put Darren's email on. That is for the private trust. So all you got to do is send him a message and say from Peter's group and said you can help me with a private trust. I've sent him a lot, and he's working on trusts now. It isn't something where you literally can like a very quick order. It's a lot of work. So he's dealing with a lot of people. But what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing now, and two different types of things. There is a private trust that's getting set up to be part of the UCC one and the security agreement, and it is a private trust. So what we want to do is we want to put a trust in a trust in a trust, right? So there's so much things going on, right? And it's got to go on, because if you're looking at the stuff now, if you want to, yeah, you could do that, Vilma. Yeah, I'll go over that with you. Yeah. Oh, you can't see it. Why can't you see it, Nanette? What does that mean? Or can you just listen to it or something? But on this trust, okay, this forms a private trust which ties in with the hi Susie, with the security agreement. Security agreement. You're not even gonna see the dog's ears at the background. Just see them big pointy ears. That's a Podenco, Spanish Podenco. They've always got massive ears. Our brother had even bigger ears. Cute little thing. But anyway, so the security agreement that you have now is going to be changed, revamped amazingly, and you can do an edit, by the way, as well. So if you wanted, not have to, don't get panicky, but if you wanted to send the new style credit agreement off to the Sinister 7 as an addition with the trust document, then you could. Okay. Excellent, Tyra. Good. So you can do that if you wanted to, but you don't have to panic. But you should still set up the new security agreement, because the security agreement now is going to cover all of your assets and collateral. Okay. So we're revamping it. I looked at the different sort of like formats on the legal side and how to use a trust and the security agreement, tying it together. And it's not just for the UCC. We send it off to the UCC if you want to go in with the 1099. All right, you want to protect yourself from the IRS. Don't mess with them, boys, at all. Okay. But you also need the new style security agreement with the trust. Everyone should have a trust anyway, even if you're getting a private trust, which hopefully you will all be getting from Darren. And I mean a true private trust, the way Darren will set it up. So you have this trust that ties in with your security agreement that I'm designing. So you'll have a trust, security agreement, and a new hold harmless. Them three things together, trying to protect us from the evils. All right? Dr. Evil and all his bad crew, Doris and all the rest of them, whatever name that they've got now. I need to talk about the officer incumbent and also like this reshuffle that they've done in the Parliament. I don't think it affects you whatsoever, but we'll just quickly chat about it. But those documents, again, will get tied together, which you can, if you want, send off. Obviously, the trusts and equity, of course, yeah. All the trusts are in equity that we do. So you got the trust and equity that I'm going to be creating with the security agreement. Then you go with that, and you can put all of these documents into a private trust with Darren as well. So you have this trust, the security agreement, the hold harmless agreement, the UCC if you're going to go down that route. You don't all have to, right? But then you also put all of that, because they are assets. They are assets. So you put assets in an asset, in a trust, and then you put those trusts in another trust, and then hopefully by the end of the year, we'll also have the community trust. Listen, and when you listen to these people like what do you call it? Like bloody hideous scumbag filthbag. What's his name? Went to war with Iraq. Afghanistan. What is his name again? He lives not far down that way, you know. Tony Blair, right? Everything that they've got is in trusts, and not just in one trust. They've got a trust and a trust and a trust, and that's what. Yeah, Blair, exactly. It's just I can see his ugly face. Just couldn't think of the name. Who wants that name in their head? And I mean, they've just all, like, when he became prime minister, he just become like a multi-millionaire, and everything was in trusts and nothing gets paid in taxes. And I'm not on about like not paying taxes. I'm on about protecting your assets, protecting your life, protecting your DNA, protecting your body and your blood and everything like that. Yeah, Tony B. Liar, exactly. But so that's why I'm doing it this way, and it's just. When I'm researching, you're discovering more and you're talking to different people, and it's good because more people are actually contacting me and talking to me and saying, look, this is what we've got and this is what we've been doing for a few years, and they're telling me stuff and then I'm telling them stuff, and we're helping each other, which then we can pass on, or I can pass on to my groups and they pass on to their groups, and this is how we're growing and we're helping people all over the place. So you help me when you give me stuff, and I'll listen and hear things. All right. And then obviously, you know, these people are calling me. And then when I'm doing other interviews and shows and videos, and then people see it and see it and see it, and then it piles down. And this is how we also discover things. So when I'm doing my research, people come in from unexpected supplies, if you want to call it that way. And then I find out more information that I wasn't even looking for that ties into what I was looking for. So which like, this one we discovered on the 1099, right? I was actually getting asked some questions, and the questions that I asked back came up to make me discover, like, you know, things about this 1099. I thought, well, it's not going to be as scary or as hard, all right? The about how to do this now. Like, I haven't got the letter yet. But, you know, I've discussed it, and I'm going to get a hold of the letter. So if you want to do a 1099, right, so you can, I'm going to find out the way to fill the form in without putting all of the details in. Then I'm going to get these letters, and then we're going to send it off to Austin in Texas with a letter and ask them to actually fill it in. Now, apparently it takes 4 to 5 months, 4 to 5 months to actually get them done, because you're asking them to do the form, right? It's, you know, they've obviously got a big backlog, and everyone's asking, not everyone, but who's in the know is asking them to do it. So it's not the way that, like, say if you lived in there, because a lot of it is for like, where is it? I should put my glasses on. It's filled in for different things, so we have to fill it in a different way. All right. And the instructions, I've left them upstairs. The instructions that you get are literally the opposite of what we have to fill them in. The instructions tell you how to fill it in for an original tax form, and we need to fill it in kind of upside down, whereas we're actually requesting original issuer discount funds that we've already paid. Okay. So, and the thing is, if you get that money back, then you have to spend it again so that you can claim it back the next year, and it builds and it builds. Okay. So, and it's working, and people are getting it. Now, the thing is as well, like, I've heard stories about people getting fined for filling it in incorrectly. And also, some people said that, like, oh, they'd heard of people going to jail because they'd filled it in and tried to claim something they shouldn't have claimed. Well, you shouldn't do that anyway, right? Because you will get found out. It's too big. You know, they know everything. You know, this is what we've got to realize, is that all of your, I don't care if it's council tax, VAT, what do you call it, like a VAT? Well, you know, when you buy stuff that's got VAT added to it, so it's like your sales tax if you're in America, all of that goes to the same place. It all goes to the IRS. You know, no matter how it collects in the UK and in Ireland or in Australia, it goes to America. It goes to the IRS. And that's why we claim it back from the IRS, because that's where all of our money goes. It's not money, it's just the currency. So we get that currency back and we just keep using the currency. We may as well use what they've given us while we're trying to get a better system of life from them, isn't it? Hi, Linda. Not missed much, just started really. There's a lady from America that has a YouTube channel trying to get someone to be interviewed by her about common law. I don't really know what you mean, but Susie, if you can message me directly and then and then explain what you mean, I'll interview people or whatever it is. I'll do stuff, you know, for sure. I'll help anything that I can, you know. All right. So if you do want to get more information on the 1099, you need to have a W8BEN. And you also need to do the UCC one for sure. You need to cover yourself. And when you're doing the UCC for that, what we need to do is make sure that you have like the new version of the security agreement, which I will have soon as well. Okay, so all of this is going to be coming, and I'll be telling people how it's happened as well. So, you know, once I send this off and I've got all the forms, and it'll work or it won't work, I might get in trouble if they throw me in jail, and you can come and send me flowers and visit me. All right, but you know, I'll explain to everybody what's happening. Hopefully, if it works, and then you can copy. All right, so rather than like do things beforehand. Okay. All right, so if somebody is that where's his name gone, Neelam, if he was asking about the certificate of annexure, I have a feeling that when we change the security agreement, and the security agreement is probably going to end up looking even bigger than the LND, the legal notice and demand, or similar. If you go on to the website, you'll see that there's already a lot of changes on there with the documents, some of them small, some of them bigger. And the it'll probably mean that you get this certificate of annexure is not going to be needed because of what we're doing. So some forms will disappear while others just get much bigger. Okay. All right. Just registered. Okay. Will this come through the book? Well, you know, the common law court has got absolutely nothing to do with me, Linda. The thing is, what we say here is when we are deregistering ourselves from the government, why register with somebody else? We've spent all this effort and time, sometimes even money, on deregistering for the government. This is what I also wanted to say about this 1099 process. If someone else is saying to do it, right? And it's about information, private information. My email, peter@claimyourstrawman.com. Hopefully I'll be getting help to answer emails soon. Forgive me if I haven't answered your email. I know that there's well over 100 that's on there, or that I've been answered 100. It's you know, so I'm trying. But right, there's somebody else that was saying that they can do this for you, and you could send these stuff off. And what they wanted is like every single bit of personal information you can imagine, giving them, including your waist measurement, your inside leg measurement, and they even wanted your passport. If I sat here now and I said to everybody on here, look, everybody send me your passport. Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything about it. I want your name, I want your address, I want your passport number, your national insurance number. I want you to just send it to me all. I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to look after it. I'm going to be nice with it. I don't want to do anything with it. And then I'm going to send it back after 3-4 months. Would you do it? To me, would you do it? Right? I hope not. Okay, so the don't send anybody your passport. All right, don't send anybody your personal information, because there is ways that people can create promissory notes and money orders that they can cash and sell to other unscrupulous people. Okay, and you shouldn't be giving people your private documents. So I don't recommend doing that. So I'm glad that you asked. I said that about like the common law court thing. I don't know anything about them. Other people say things about them. Say, oh, like, if you register with them, you can go and claim your SETI KV trust money. That is not correct. They don't say that, by the way. I'm not saying they do. I don't know John that well, but he doesn't say that. But other people try and say things about it. So just be careful. About what you send off, like personal documents or personal information. Okay. All right. So I did send out an email just before with the email for Darren for the private trusts. Okay, so you will have to. The certificate of annexure is still on there at the minute, but like as I'm upgrading all of these forms, some forms are going to get combined, and you'll see one disappear while another one gets much bigger, and we'll just hang on. I need to get rid of all that. I can't see. Where's my button? Just click them out of the way. Okay. All right. I don't know. These people are obviously talking to each other, I suppose, so I don't know what you're talking about there. But yeah, the certificate of annexure is still on there, but it'll probably disappear once it combines with the other ones, and the security agreement is getting bigger while we tie it in with the trust. Very important. So what we're going to have is a private trust, and then with the private trust tying together with the security agreement, the hold harmless, and this pile of documents there, which is getting more powerful, and the legal notice and demand that we protect ourselves with. You don't always need the UCC one, all right? Even there's always going to be arguments backwards and forwards, but as long as we are putting us into the private is the most important part. Okay. Well, you see, whoever it is that's asking, should you hang fire, right? I can't say the name because it's like on Facebook and it's like a StreamYard thing. But no, don't hang that. You can still get started, okay? And as you're going through things, you shouldn't be, unless you actually personally live in the United States right now. The thing is to do the L&D and the supporting documents before that anyway. And it's only if you're getting involved with this, which is a 1099, and you have to apply with the IRS. You want that protection, okay? And we're changing things as we progress through, and we find out more information. So we're making it stronger arguments, all right? Stronger arguments against You've already got your UCC one already, Susan or Mary, whatever. You've got it. I sent it to you. You've got it. You don't need anything else. Okay, I've done it for you. You've got it. You don't need anything else. The security agreement will be brand new, and I can help you with that one, though, Mary. Okay, don't worry about that. So I'll sort that out for you when. Okay, well, Linda, if you have, you can actually. That's the problem with the printer, because the forms do need to be sent off to the government, which is Boris Johnson and his cronies down there, his clowns that he's done his reshuffle with. There isn't anyone that's changed that we have got to worry about on our list of 7. Okay, so our clowns that we've got down in Clowning Street. So we don't have to worry about, because a lot of people were saying, you know, oh, they changed the government names and everything like that, but we're fine. So, you know, there's no, we still don't, this Suella Braverman and Michael Ellis seem to be swapping it like this. I don't really know, but as long as you've got it written to one or the other of them with officer incumbent, then one of them is going to be notified, and that's all we're talking about, notified. Okay. Yeah, I mean, of just from Facebook there, whoever that is asking for the links, I've sent an email out for the links. I've put YouTube, all the links will be going on the YouTube, and once I've finished, and the Facebook Live goes up on there, and I'll go on, I'll be able to put links on. So we'll do it. I don't know how else to do it on here. Apparently you can put it on here. I was on Mark Outward's show and he did it, but I should have asked him how he did it. He's much better at stuff like that than I am, you know. Okay. Yeah, well, if the 2 in Scotland have changed, let me know, and then I'll change it from our list that we've got on there. Hello from Costa Rica. Yeah, I think Suella might be back. We'll just keep an eye on it. Temporary stand-in. I actually thought that as well. And he had got in there well before we were notified about it. But I think she is fully back now. But you know, we'll just keep an eye on it, and as long as one of them or the other get it, you know, on there. But what we're going to be doing right now as well, we are setting up an affidavit process, however you do it. Now, hopefully you've seen there. Now, if you've got a specific problem with parking fines, speeding fines, or council tax right now, okay, you can speak to Peter Frederick on the group. Speak to him, and he'll take the time to answer you and help you with notices or whatever. All right, pardon me, if that is what you need right now. Okay. Don't send anybody your passport. That's what I've just said. That, you know, why? Like, you know, if you want to send someone your passport and all your banking details and all your finance details, give it to me. I'll take it. All right. That's what I've just said before. You know, there's someone saying, you know, give us all of your financial details, all of your personal details, and your passport. They'll go on holiday. They'll go on holiday as you. You know. Well, the government does exist, though, doesn't it? Because that's who we're dealing with, and it's all registered. The whole thing that is like, there's no. I don't know how to explain it, but England was made bankrupt as a nation in 1815 by the Rothschild banking cartel, but it was targeted for hundreds of years before that anyway, and everything is owned by the banking cartels, and then above them the 13 families from the Venetians. So, you know, we have no government. They're all companies. They've been registered companies. And this is the thing about the UCC, and it's hard to understand and get. Like, say, for instance, all of these countries are not countries. They are companies, and they are all registered as a company in the United States. But the United States, as a company, is registered in London, you know. No, you don't have to wait. Facebook, it's like I said, there's no name on it, just says user. You don't have to wait. You can start doing it now. And actually, there's a lot of it already updated on there. So because it's on a cloud, All right, I don't really understand that, but it changes immediately. Okay. All right. Well, no, you see, I'm not talking about Darren, right? I'm talking about someone who you've got absolutely nothing to do with when you're applying for a 1099 and you're sending passport details, not passport details, but the actual passport to a stranger saying they want a 1099. All right, that's what I mean, right? These people that are asking for that is like, Darren's trying to do your trust, and Darren needs to help you with your trust. This is what we're building, a massive community, and Darren's helping with trust. I'm going to help with this trust that'll tie with a security agreement that'll tie with either the L&D or the UCC one, whichever one that actually goes on. All right. So what happens is if they are assets put together so that Darren can put them in a trust. So he might need some like passport details or whatever from you to do that. But I'm not talking about Darren, right? This Darren's in our group. That's fine. I'm talking about strangers, all right, that are saying, oh, I can do your 1099 for you. Send it to me with your passport. No. Okay. All right. So the affidavit system that we are not system, the affidavit processor we're going to set up very soon. I'm literally in the middle of doing it. I've done it, right? But now I'm going to change it slightly so that you can use it for things like A for V, right? Or council tax. Or well, it's like hopefully Peter Frederick will be able to help with this as well. But the way I've already got it designed there is in setting it up is for council tax and fines, parking tickets, that type of thing that we're going to be challenging. We are going to be putting it in so that we have a system where you use your 1099, where you use your affidavit system that we put in there, and it gets like unrebutted, and that we do it through a system where it goes it's similar to an A for V, where we would do an affidavit of truth, an affidavit opportunity to cure, but it's in a different way, but it's the easiest way I know to describe it. Then default, and then a final. Okay, so 4 lines, and then from them 4 lines, we would use that as evidence to put towards a court that we would pay an N208 to get a judgment. It's a £308 fee. If you haven't got that money, then don't worry about it. This is what we're going to try and do. From that judgment, then we're going to use that to try and get bigger and bigger things made. Okay, where we're going to go against people. Now we need to get these judgments done, right, so that we can actually get them done properly. Now, I do know that people have had their affidavits turned down, but I've got now one person I know for a fact, an American couple in our group who are brilliant, absolutely brilliant at what they do, and they had done the affidavit thing against the police, who it was about the mask thing. And the judge was great, but they turned it down and said you haven't done something properly. But they half explained it, which they didn't need to do, which is like really nice of like the judge. Okay, so from there, that information, they've went and done research to find out all of the other people that used the affidavits and didn't win the case. So they get case law to find out why it didn't work, and then what you don't do, if you understand. So it's like reverse engineering. So we're doing the same type of thing to find out what we shouldn't do, okay, so that we can try and get more of these court orders that will win for us, and then we'll be able to use them, and then you can obviously see the results and know what things to do and what not to do. Now, I'm talking about challenging things like the council tax, which is fraudulent. And it's fraudulent on a few different places, but it's all acts of parliament. And if they use an act, then they have to do, it's called legal, right? And when you do, we don't even need to use lawful. Lawful and legal are different. And we always state that, oh, it's not lawful. But if we can use their legal side against them, right? And we're dipping into commerce, and that's how we can do it. Why, when we use these security agreements that are actually creating, it means that we can actually go in and out of commerce using our strawman, because we control the strawman. Strawman goes into commerce as a living creation of God. You can't, but you can control the strawman to do it. So, this is what we're actually busy creating. Now we can then challenge these contracts that don't exist from council tax, right, or property tax if you're not in the United Kingdom, and then from there you could be doing it for the water rates or water bills or whatever it is that you've got. Now, when I was fighting my water, it was funny what they sent back to me, right? And I went, well, I need a true commercial bill. I need to see your contract. Where's your wet signature? Blah, blah, blah. Because hopefully you've been listening and hopefully you've even done it. And they said, the letter they sent back said, you don't need a bill. You don't need a true commercial bill. You don't need a contract. You have to pay us because of an act of parliament, which is like brilliant. So I went, well, acts of parliament don't apply to me because I'm a secure party creditor and I'm living in the private. So there you go. So that was brilliant. You send your papers to Washington DC. Yeah, I've got the address, but I actually send them by email, or on the actual Washington UCC website. So if you're in Texas, you should send it to your own state first, but there's different ways of doing it. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. All right. Okay. I see what you mean. We can look. I can look at people's UCC documents, right? I cannot be sent 10 sets of documents, especially as they're getting bigger. The security agreement is going to be the same size as the LND, which is like 15-page long document, and the all of the documents are getting a bit chunkier because we're actually developing them better and better each time. And you can, if you wanted to, send, when you do, if for instance, they changed one of the people we send it to, let's say Cressida Dick got thrown out. That would be good, wouldn't it? Of the police, and they're putting a new police chief, whatever they're called. Then we would have to do a welcome letter, a welcome notice, saying to the new chief clown that we are sovereign, we are living in the private, and welcome to your new post. Congratulations on your new post. Just to remind you, the same as your predecessor knew that we're living in a private. So keep yourself to yourself. Leave me alone and mind your own business. Okay. So because you can do that, you can also send off a new set of security agreements with the trust if you wanted to do that to the clowns in Clowning Street. You can speak to me, North Texas Photo Journal, peter@claimyourstrawman.com. peter@claimyourstrawman.com. Andrea, how are you doing? What did you cook today, Andrea? Well, you were busy cooking something. You said you were going to cook or bake. What was it you were doing? You can live it on your on the private if you were a PAYE. Yes, but did you know that there's no law whatsoever that makes a company do the PAYE scheme? You know that they all do it voluntarily and they don't know. They think they have to. Right, I'll have some of them. Yeah. Some walnut balls, huh? All right. Yeah, sounds lovely though. Raw vegan walnut balls. I would enjoy some of them. I certainly would. We've got a lovely lady up here who does vegan Indian food, you know, and we do mostly raw, mostly fruit. But like, you know, now and again we'll get it from this vegan, and it's a local business as well, so it's nice to support them because they've been shut down. They still haven't opened a restaurant yet. They had a restaurant in Newcastle city centre, and they're still only doing takeaway and delivery and everything like that. But you know, so we help them, and they help us by giving us the vegan food. Do you know what? I've went and left my notes upstairs. I wish I'd brought it down for what else that I wanted to say, but definitely like the 10.99. I'm going to let people know about that. All right, and how it actually goes. Okay, but for the 10.99, if I get the chance to just send mine off with this letter from or to the IRS in the United States, asking them to complete it. If they do that, I'll let everybody know, and I'll give you a letter that you can send to them, the address to send it to, and show you how to fill the form in as well. Okay, so I will do that. I will do all of that, and I will do videos on that and give you that, and you can try and do it yourself. If you don't want to do that, and you do want to actually start claiming back your direct debits for your waters or everything, remember you can. All you got to do is challenge them, and you don't have to challenge them with success. You just have to literally write to them and complain. As soon as you've actually written and complaining to them, then you can actually tell the bank, cancel your direct debit and claim your money back. And now you have to be forceful. And just a note on here, okay? Now you've paid this money out already, okay? If you get it back, it's just a good bonus, okay? Don't look at it as if it's your money, because you've already paid it and you never knew you could get it back. So look at it as a bonus if you get it back. Now, if you can't get it back, then, you know, because the banks are panicking, by the way, because there's a lot of people getting their money back and they're like, oh my God, what we're going to do? You know, we are fighting back and fighting back hard, and this is how we hurt them, and this is what we should all be doing. But then if you can't get it that way, then we use the 1099. Now, it's all about the currency, the fiat currency. The 1099 on the IRS, they've got a better idea on how to do it than the banks. The banks, only the ones high up understand. Okay? No, the trust doesn't work like that, Christy. You know, there's a lot of people that's what I was saying about, like somebody had said about the common law court getting a birth certificate or something like that, or registering with them. You shouldn't register with anyone, but someone else, not the common law court, but someone else saying register with the common law court, and then use that information to say you haven't got a surname to claim your trust and get all the money out. You can't do that. The bonds that they create and they sell. So someone owns them. Does that make sense? All right. So if someone sold them and they've got them, you can't have it. Right. And it doesn't matter that it was fraud. The whole world is fraud. We don't exist. The whole thing is a massive hologram. All right. It's just it's too big to actually get into your head. So the trust fund is unlimited credit. So you can get unlimited credit. So you can either claim the money back with the 1099. And what I mean by claiming it back is everything that you've gone out of your bank, everything that you have spent, either with a check, credit, the debit card thing, not money out for yourself and not transferring to yourself, but like paying gas, electric, water, mortgage payments, rent payments. As long as you're paying it out, and it doesn't have to be on direct debit. It can be direct debit, standing order, paying it by transfer, anything like that whatsoever. Then you can claim it all back from the IRS in the United States by using the correct forms and the format. Okay. All right. What is that for? Benefits. How do I stop paying water rates? Council tax. Okay. Well, what you have to do is you have to challenge them first of all. So say, for instance, the water, we have got a letter that, or I'm sure it's up on the files, in the file section in the Facebook group. I'm sure it is. Yeah, pretty sure. If not, somebody let me know and we'll get one stuck up, because I think it is up there. And it challenges the water on the poisons that they're supplying. It's like, it's not, if I was actually selling you some juice, and the juice was supposed to be fruit juice, but I was actually selling, dog's urine, right? You're not going to pay for it, are you? So if you're not, you're going to want your money back and you're not going to pay for it. So it's the same thing, all right? Well, what I'll do, Ash, I'm going to actually get some of them letters put up on my website as well then. Now, on the website, all of the forms are on the website form page for free. They're all there. Every single form I'm talking about is all there for free. All right. And I did this video. I actually got, it said it was live, and it's really weird, when you do the recordings for people's shows. All right. And then they say they're going to do it live. The premiere, it's brilliant how they do it. Okay. But like going on to the website, all of the forms that we do for the L&D, the hold harmless, the security agreement, all the ones that I'm going to change, well, I'm improving, okay? They're all up there for free, so everybody can see them for free. Everybody can download them, and everybody can use them. I don't charge 1 penny. And like on that thing, last night, and someone said, I've been on your website and it's too expensive, can't afford it. I'm like, but it's free. It's free. They're all there, and all you have to do is download it, literally change the bits that are in red. I've actually made it so it's in red, and then you send them off. So if you can't afford free, then nobody can help you. So the Spanish-speaking population, Christy. So I mean, when you're saying Spanish-speaking population, do you mean like in America or in Spain? Because we used to live in Spain. I can hablar español un poco, but yeah. But for the letters for the water bills and everything, I haven't got them up on there. I'm gonna create. I think it would have to be a different page, and then all the files that we've got on Facebook are also on the Telegram channel or on the Telegram page. Jez uploaded everything. All right, it must have took me ages. So they're all there as well. So go on a Telegram if you're not on Facebook, but I am going to put them on the website so people have access to everything, because they can't take that off me, even though when it is funny. The thing is that I found out as well, when you're putting in my website, right, you have to put, if it's going to claimyourstrawman.com, if I'm wanting a very popular, I don't know, I could put Facebook in and Facebook would come up, wouldn't it? I wouldn't have to put www.facebook.com, would I? Right? But on mine you do, because it's part of this, right? Because I use this software. I'm not advertising it or anything. I just like the top. I bought it when I was in America. But so I use their software, but because I have to use their DNS, I'm still lost with it. But because I have to use their DNS, I have to put, or you have to put, www.claimyourstrawman.com, or it doesn't come up. And this is what some people were not finding the website, and you can't find it on search because it goes to ClickFunnels first, right? But I don't know, if there was another way of doing it where it was easier or less, because this is a lot of money, less expensive, then I would do that, and then it might be easier. But that's why if you don't put www. Then the website name, it doesn't work properly. Whoa. All right. Well, the certificate of annex is going to be going anyway. No one's going to see it because it's getting enveloped, if you want to say that, into different documents. The hold harmless is changing, the security agreement is changing, the legal notice, that's not changing that much. And the there's 2 or 3 documents that we've been working on and trying to make improvements, and it's just trying to like work that out. Okay, well, if you can help me do the www, then great. But message me on Facebook because obviously with it being in StreamYard, I don't know your name. I can't see that. Nicholas, live in America. Great to have you here. You know, so the all right. So you're in the USA, travel to Mexico. Brilliant. Okay, excellent. Let's have a look, see if there's any more questions. So anyway, the source of the knowledge is like, I mean, I've been like trying to source this knowledge for years and years and years. So what you should do is if you go on to my channel and look at the all of the videos from my channel, which is, God, I'm terrible. Well, it's on here, isn't it? If you're on YouTube. So, but also the channels that I've been on, right, which is Mark Atwood's, because you know I don't always give out history information and stuff like that, which is what you should know of how this all came about. I do, but like not always on this channel because I'm giving you out information to actually help you now today. But also on JCK's, I was on there last night, and that was a good show, and a lot of background and history and how this worked and where it come from. So, and if you go on and it just, you can listen to what I'm saying, and then from what I'm saying, go and research the stuff that I'm saying, and it'll take you down other rabbit holes, and then you find out your research, and that's how you can build up your own knowledge base, and then you can translate that to Spanish and tell the Spanish population down in Mexico and stuff like that. That's how you could do it, you know. No, you don't need to do them again. That's what I've just said. You know, the sunrise in Australia, Stella. Lovely. Excellent to have you here. The you can if you want to, but you don't have to, is what I'm saying. But the same as when we're changing the well, we haven't changed. Someone in Scotland in the government's changed, and they're going to need to send it again, a welcome letter to remind them that we are sovereign. All right, but you can send them off if you want to. But I'm still working on the security agreement, which is going to be a massive change, and the trust agreement, which will tie together. Okay, and because of them, and then this is going to give you a base trust. Let's call it a base trust. Now, from that base trust, if you don't want to go on and get the private trust with Darren, right, then you can use the base trust. But what I want is that have this base trust. Then with the base trust, the security agreement, the hold harmless agreement, all of them documents also get put into trust, as well as you, your family, your property, everything gets put into the private trust that Darren can help you with. Very good, solid private trusts that protect from a lot of different sources that are trying to harm you. That's what this is about. Then we're going to look to have an umbrella trust that we put these trusts in. So the base trust goes into a private trust, which is in your own, and then so it's a trust in a trust, and then that group of trusts goes into the umbrella trust or the community trust. So it's a castle wall, a big moat, and then a big tower. Boom, boom, boom. This is the type of protection that we're building for you, for your family, for your home, for your any money that you have, to stop them coming and doing things to you. This is what we're trying to create through this. This is why I'm changing the documents I'm changing, creating the documents that I'm creating, getting Darren to create the documents with us, all right, and building up this community where we can all help each other. That's what it's for, right? So you don't need to like worry about what I've changed. If you want to send the new ones off to the people that you've already sent them, fine, not a problem. That's good as well. It's all good, all right? But, all right, that is what we're actually creating for everybody there, okay? Well, you know what it is. We know a lot about what you're talking about there, Matt, about the shell companies and also about dormant companies. And again, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. With the limited side where you can become limited, and then we're also going to use that later on. But I need to get this base of it changed and ready for everybody. Okay. So yeah, you're right what you're saying. Like, it is a kind of a shell company account, but like they all use trusts, you see, and they use like the companies like what do you call them, corporations, and they follow it through, and they've got like all of these false corporations. Well, we haven't got false, but we're going to have a trust and a trust and a trust. So it like makes it private and secure for us. All right, Stella, you only caught the end. JC's live. Definitely applies. 100% applies to Australia. Yeah. We've got loads of members in Australia, all over Australia and New Zealand as well. All down there. We've got loads in Canada, loads in the United States, all over the United States. So definitely, Stella. I'm glad you caught it. So go back and look at the rest of it, because it was some great. I'm not trying to brag, but just like some really good history in there. All right, Christy. You're right. So the DMV government agency. Yeah. So you have to make sure if you are doing it on private plates or not government plates, put it that way. As long as you're doing it correct, you've got the correct paperwork, and you're traveling, you're a traveler, you're not driving. All right, we've got to get our head around this and know how we can actually talk and how we can live, and understand the difference between traveling and driving. Driving's only commerce. Driving's like, if you're making money out of it. But if we're traveling, you're going down to the shops, or you're going, even if you're going to work, you're not getting paid to be going there. All right. So do you know what I mean? So they can't turn around to you and say, but you're driving to work. You're not. You're traveling to your place of employment. All right. So, hey, Anna, hopefully you got to speak to these people. Fingers crossed. Do you mean if you're not in the USA, Mike? Is that what you mean? I've got one, but I had to actually travel to the USA to do it, so I wouldn't do it right now. All right, cool. Brilliant. All right, I'm glad everyone's enjoying it anyway. So I'm reading the comments and questions. So I'm not just like going off on what I'm trying to read, what everyone is saying as well. Okay. Brilliant. Everyone's. Everyone got those in. Civil action, breaching human rights. 12 days for failing to do this. All right, Stephen, whereabouts? Where do you live? Stephen Baker, where do you live? From what you're writing, it probably looks like, I don't know, it looks like the United States, but it just could be the way it's written. Okay, you asked that before, didn't you, John? Sorry, it was flying up like quick up there. I don't know. I tell you what to do. Email me, John. All right, peter@claimingstrawman.com, and put your name that you've got on here on the YouTube channel, plus membership, silver, gold, so I see it and it'll catch my eye, because I am going to get help. All right, Belfast, okay. For answering emails, but that one will catch my eye and I'll be able to help you with that. Because at the minute, I've done that a couple of times for people, and it wasn't. It's if you know what you're doing and you got the software and you can just go in and fiddle things, then if that's your job or your life, then it's not a problem. But I have to learn how to do it. You see. So and it doesn't always work for me. So I'll have to literally cancel things and create them again. All right, but we'll figure it out one way or the other. Okay. Now, Belfast. So you can file against them. So if you've, like, what you need to do, Stephen, is you need to quote Rice versus Connolly, 1966. Okay, Rice versus Connolly, 1966. On there, Rice versus Connolly, 1966. That is, and Northern Ireland, Belfast, obviously, is still part of the UK law. So there, that'll apply for there, and that actually states for a fact that they are not allowed to arrest you for not providing details, because you are allowed the right of silence, the right to remain silent. So, have a look at it. Rice versus Connolly, 1966. And from there, you can also look at Neil versus, I think it's DPP, 2020. When, again, they did it, they arrested the guy. It was in Wales, and he had his arrest overturned. Now, if he's clever enough, then he'll be suing them for a lot of money. Okay, Lee, you can reach out, peter@claimyourstrawman.com. I'm going to have to shoot off in a bit, peoples. Okay. Yeah, I will do. I'm still working, Lorna. I'm still working on some of them, because they're getting bigger and more protective is the best way of putting it. Okay, bigger and more protective, for you. So we're building the trust part that will tie in with the what do you call it? The security agreement. Which, when I've looked at the security agreement compared to a couple of people talking to me, and I thought, there's so many improvements can be made, and there's, so I'm busy doing that right now. Okay, corpus delicti, Nicholas, exactly, and that's what you have to say, Stephen, about Northern Ireland. It's like, what do you call it? Rice versus Connolly, and I'm sure it's Neil, Neale, versus DPP, which is 2020. And both of it is you have the right to remain silent. So they can't charge you for obstruction. That's what they call it, obstruction, for not giving your name. It's bullshit. You have the right to remain silent. So it's kind of like when you see them on the TV, in the what do you call it, the gangster movies, and they say, "I'll take the Fifth Amendment," right? They don't incriminate themselves. Well, we have the right to remain silent. Okay, we have the right to remain silent. So you don't have to give them your details. Yeah, definitely. It'll work everywhere. You see, the thing is, you can actually quote case law because it's high courts. It's high courts, right? Rice versus Connolly is a high court. You could use that in the United States. You could use that in Portugal. You could use it anywhere. All right. So the those case laws you can use anywhere. I would just put the old plates on, yeah. But also, you should just be selling it privately. I mean, it just says Facebook user, by the way. From Facebook, I don't get names of who it is unless you've actually joined with what's this called? StreamYard. All right. When you get your paperwork notarized, it's all in the capitals, your fiction. Yeah, because you're showing your debtor, aren't you, Wendy? You're showing the debtor as the capitals with separation. Okay. The when it says Wendy on here, that's on YouTube. Is this from Durham, Wendy? Because I want to talk to you. Use case laws everywhere. What you got to do is do a lot of reading about case laws. You find one that concerns you. Say, for instance, it was like, you had got stopped like that. They were saying, right, I want your details and everything like that. What we say is like, yeah, all right, Wendy, I'm going to try and find a way of having a phone call with you, just because I want to know about what happened as well. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. What was I saying? Right, the case laws, right? Just figure it out. Like, go and research on a subject that you're actually involved with. So, say for instance that it was like right to remain silent, or what they call obstruction, because you're refusing to give your details. It's the same thing as swearing, right? They always say it's like Public Order Act. Oh, I've got it written down. Public Order Act, section 63, I think it is. Can't remember exactly, but you know, and they're not allowed. The police I'm talking about, you can't walk down the street telling everybody to F off, and all the public are out there. You are going to get arrested because you are being offensive. But if you're dealing with a policeman and it's called common parlance, so you can turn around, you can be swearing at them or to them, and it's just in a normal. You're not like, when I'm going to effing kill you. That's different, right? They can't say, oh, I'm going to arrest you for swearing for Public Order Act 1985, section 36 is in the back of my head, but it's 1985, section 36 maybe. But if you put it Public Order Act swearing, and it'll come up. All right. They always try to pull that one, as well as like the obstruction one, when you won't give your details. And the thing is, you should put in for compensation. Now, who was talking about like driving and the difference between driving and traveling? And there was a guy, very modern, like as in not 20-year-old video, and he got put in the jail cell for a night because they put him in the jail cell for a night on his private plates. Traveling, not driving. Okay. He was bragging that they bought him a Porsche, $250,000 compensation he got. Okay. So I don't really know what you mean. Hammerwell. It is, you know, if you're filling the documents in and it goes down, you know, I mean, and you're talking about my documents from my site, and it's, you know, if it doesn't fit on one line, it doesn't matter, you know. Yeah, Lorna, I have everywhere I go, not just in the actual private property. I always call it private property now, not conveyance. I used to call it conveyance, but when you're doing conveyancing, right, it is a legal term where they're dealing with transfer of property. So sometimes it can be misconstrued, and they can try and turn it around on you and hurt you. So I just call it private property. But it doesn't even matter if I'm not in my private property, even just walking down the street, I always have the ID card, you've seen it, and a copy of the acceptance. You know, after we've done the 30 days, we send the acceptance off, and then it comes, you know, so I've got a copy of that saying that I am in the private. So there's my ID card. This is a proof that I'm in the private, and I carry it wherever. So just in case you were ever stopped for any other silly things as well, not just, you know, traveling in your private property. Okay. All right. So I am going to be going and relaxing now. I just wanted to actually come. I wasn't even going to come on tonight, but I wanted to say that about the 1099 and also about the passport thing. Fair enough. If we're talking about our group and we're talking about Darren and we're trying to build our private trust, then that is fine. It's trustworthy. It's good. But if somebody says, I'll do your 1099, send it to the United States for you, all you got to do is give me a ton of money and then your passport and all of your private personal details, then don't do it. Okay? They're going to probably, you know, make a lot of money off your name. And then the police will be knocking on your door, like, you know, where's this £1 million loan that has disappeared? You know? So just try and bear that in mind. Okay? But like, watch for the documents changing and when we're going to have it tied in with a trust. If you've already done your LND, your security agreement, and all of them there, and you want identity theft, exactly, Matt, and you want to send off the new trust with the security agreement, which is the two most important ones, security agreement with the trust, which is what we're really creating, and it'll tie in a couple of others that you might see, documents that are not as important anymore, then you can send them off. All right. So, but don't worry about anything. Don't panic. If it is beneficial, I'll tell you, look, send them off, even though you've already sent your original ones off. Send the new, it'll be the security agreement and the trust agreement, because that ties it in, and have that. But even if you haven't sent them off yet, you're just starting, that's what you also have to do. Keep an eye on it. It won't be too long. And then we'll put them in. Hopefully, you don't have to have a private trust with Aaron, by the way, but I recommend it so that we are protecting ourselves, okay? Because things are going to get shittier, and we want more protection, and this is the way we're going to do it. All right, so hopefully, let's have a quick look at any more comments, any more questions. Good. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, Andrea, I'll chat to you during the week and see how we're getting on with our things. Work your fairy magic. Exactly. We need to be doing that. I seen an angel early on in the week. Do you know that? I was down the woods walking my dogs, and it was dark in the morning, like 6 a.m. And I was talking and asking for help and asking for the angels. And there was an angel in the woods. Believe me or not, it was. All right. So anyway, hopefully everybody's doing good, and I will see everybody very soon. Watch out for the forms coming. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good time. Yeah. Eat blueberries. Does that help you see them? You got to ask them, and eat blueberries as well. Oh, I'll remember that. I'm going to try that. Janine likes blueberries. What about them on benefits, Mary? What does that mean? You've got nothing to worry about. You're fine. You're fine. We're looking after you. No problem. You're all welcome. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thanks, Matt. All right. So I'm going to shoot. So take care. I'll put up all the details, once I've good antioxidants as well. It is. All right. So have a great weekend. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. And I will talk to you all again. All right. Take care, my friends. Here we go. Ending this now.